Thank you for joining Wars of the Rosies. As we continue with part 11, Testimony of the Witt Clinton, from the Mystic Tide, Book the Third, The Testimony, by Albert G. Mackey. Testimony of DeWitt Clinton. DeWitt Clinton was formerly Grand Master of New York. He was also governor of the state and one of the most distinguished statesmen and purest patriots that ever lived. To his enterprise and energy, New York is indebted for much of that internal policy, which has resulted in her extraordinary prosperity. He was not less distinguished in private life for the exercise of the domestic virtues than he was illustrious in the discharge of his official duties. For the most uncompromising integrity, the opinion of such a man is well worth recording, and we may find enough of it for our purposes in an address delivered by him in 1825 on the installation of Stephen von Rensselaer as Grand Master of New York. Masonry, says this great man, superadds to our other obligations the strongest ties of connection between it and the cultivation of virtue, and furnishes the most powerful incentives to goodness. A Freemason is responsible to his lodge for a course of good conduct, and if he deviates from it, he will be disgraced and expelled. Wherever he goes, he will find a friend in every brother if he conducts himself well, and will be shielded against want and protected against oppression, and he will feel in his own bosom the ecstatic joys of that heaven-born charity which, decent, modest, easy, kind, softens the high and rears the abject mind, lays the rough paths of peevish nature even, and opens in each heart a little heaven. And alluding to the frivolous but oft-repeated charge that there are bad men in the institution, our illustrious brother thus continues his defense and his eulogy, that Freemasonry is sometimes perverted and applied to the acquisition of political ascendancy, of unmerited charity, and convivial excess, cannot be disputed. But this is not the fault of the institution, for it inculcates an entire exemption from political and religious controversy. It enforces the virtues of industry and temperance, and it proscribes all attempts to gratify ambition and cupidity, or to succeed the bounds of temperance in convivial enjoyments. Under its shade or through its instrumentality, in lifting the mind above the dungeon of the body, it venerates the grateful odor of plain and modest virtue, and patronizes those endowments which elevate the human character, and adapt it to the highest enjoyments of another and better world. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and comment. And if you can, please consider donating to Wars of the Rosies. Links to PayPal and Patreon are in the description. Thank you so very much.